Welcome back to Whiskey City Overland and my big East Coast solo adventure. Today's the day that we start the most exciting part of the trip. Today's the day that we start the Virginia Adventure Trail. Come along as we hit the back roads of Western Virginia and some of the most beautiful scenes I have ever seen. And it just gets better and better each day. So join me as Whiskey City Overland tackles the Virginia Adventure Trail solo. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next 2 days of the Virginia Adventure Trail. Let's get into it. After leaving Cape Lookout, I drove 6 hours to Boone, North Carolina for a night in the hotel so I could be ready to tackle the VAT the next day. And on the way, saw this amazing sunset. Due to time constraints, I decided to start the VAT at White Top. There's the sun, White Top. I was trying to catch the Expo Adventure Appalachia in West Virginia, so I only had 3 days.
Today's another one of those days where the drive to the trail is stunning. Western North Carolina is beautiful. I am in love. I'm driving down some backcountry road on the way to White Mountain, and there's this beautiful creek by the side of the road. It's been raining all night, so everything's nice and green and misty. That's what I'm talking about right here.
It was about an hour's drive from where I stayed in Boone to the beginning of White Top, which the turnoff looks like this. It's a gravel road that runs up to the top of the mountain, and it's pretty short, and it's easy to do. You could do this in a minivan if it's not snowing, but the views are spectacular. I found this natural spring, and I don't know if people use this for drinking water. The Appalachian Trail runs right through here, so it's a possibility. White Top is an up and back trail. It leads to a power station up at the top of the hill, but there is a place right up here where you can stop and look at the view. Once you come back down White Top, you hop on one of the paved roads that's part of the VAT. And I know you think paved sounds boring, but they're all gorgeous.
Well, I figures every time the camera's not rolling, something exciting happens, and a deer just ran out in front of me. Thankfully, I didn't hit it. Yeah, that one had a death wish. Just make sure you got good brakes, because I've been going downhill for a long time. I missed a turn! Coming down out of White Mountain, down the paved part, coming down a big steep hill. You'll see a sign that says that there's a place for a truck runoff. When you come down that hill, about halfway down that hill, there's a little road to the right. Make sure you don't miss it.
That little road that I missed was a Forest Service road, which immediately got me out in the woods, which is what I've been looking for.
Creek next to it, there's like a little green triangle sign that they put on the trees, and it's for stocked trout waters. Too bad I don't have some fly fishing gear. We'd catch some trout. That would be fun. So far these trails are basically all gravel. You could do it in a Subaru so far. I know it gets a little more rough, but these fire roads are really well maintained.
The Virginia Adventure Trail is a route created by Will from Defiant Off-Road, who I got to meet at the Expo Adventure Appalachia. It's a 675-mile route that starts on the Virginia-Tennessee border and runs to the northern part of West Virginia. And Will specifically designed it to be able to be run by a stock 4x4 pickup truck on trails that are open all year round. Route files are available at virginiaadventuretrail.com or trailforgeadventures.com. And I will say he did an excellent job even finding paved roads that keep the drive interesting. And while I'm more accustomed to doing more difficult trails, I enjoyed every minute of this. There are more difficult trails on the route that you can take that are listed as harder trails. I did not because I was by myself.
I took a slight detour from the VAT. It kind of cuts off one of the loops of the VAT, but it's a trail called Iron Mountain. And it sounded interesting, so I did it. And here it is. Well, I saw this trail that says Coomer's Rock Parking or something like that. So I drove up here because it went higher. I think it goes up to this rock for an overlook. So we're going to check it out. Coomer's Rock in Virginia, off of Iron Mountain Trail. And it's worth the short hike up here because it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Only a few hours in, man, this is a beautiful trail. This is one of the fire roads, and there's dispersed campgrounds kind of along the road next to this lovely creek. And if it was evening time, I'd be camping right here. But it's not even noon, and I got a lot to go, so perhaps another time. But, I mean, it's lovely out here. So quiet. There's another campsite like up the road a ways, and there was someone looked like they backpacked in. But other than that, I haven't seen anybody out here.
There are dispersed camping sites various places along the trail, and most of them looked fantastic. There's a deer up there looking at me. Like, what the crap are you doing in my woods? So I decided I was craving a little bit of a hot beverage, and suddenly this place popped up, and I thought, what better place to stop and make a cup of tea? A little bit of lunch, some hot tea, and some peace and quiet with the wind blowing through the pines. What more could you ask for?
But I would be much better off in the Mini Cooper when you got to look behind you to see what's coming on the turn. And it's about as wide as the Mini Cooper, and it's paved, so it would be the perfect road for the Mini Cooper. But it's just nothing but switchbacks, tight switchbacks, like full lock on the Frontier. Swing wide, here we go, here's another one. Look behind me, full lock. My transmission, I wish I had a transmission temperature gauge. She's got to be warm. It's either that or my brakes are warm going down the hill. Here, another switchback. Beautiful though. I'm trying to get back to a spot where you're on like a fire road that has some dispersed camping. It's about 4:45. Look at that. It's about 4:45, and I want to find a camp spot. It's not too late, but not too early. And I'm not seeing anything on Onyx. But then a lot of the ones I've driven past aren't on Onyx. So, we'll see what we can find. I think I found the perfect camp spot for the night. I mean, this is pretty nice. I've been wanting to do this forever.
This turned out to be one of my all-time favorite campsites. No, there wasn't an amazing view, but you were on top of the mountain. The weather was spectacular, and it was absolutely dead quiet. I think one vehicle went by the whole night, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. Dispersed camping is the way to go. If you have the supplies to sustain yourself, which you should if you're out here, finding a good dispersed camping site is just makes the whole experience so much better.
Well, it was a long drive today. We put in over 100 miles on the Virginia Adventure Trail. And after 2 nights of not sleeping, one in the front seat of the truck, one in the back seat of the truck, last night I did drive from the coast to Boone, North Carolina, and I actually stayed at a hotel because it was raining and I needed to upload video and I needed a good night's sleep, which I still am tired. Anyway, today I'm going to make leftover steak, leftover hamburgers, and some cream corn, and have an ale 8 and enjoy this stunningly beautiful campsite where nobody else is around. I need more of this in my life. Just absolute peace and quiet. You can't ask for a better place to camp. Weather's nice. It's going to be the high 40s tonight, so I should be good without the heater. I know I'm getting soft. So, let's get everything out. Open up the chuck box, get the propylene going. I think we'll just use the skillet tonight. Oh, I will need something to make my cream corn in. I don't know if you can heat these up. Can you heat these up on the stove? I don't think you can heat those up on the stove. Well, that's a dilemma. Oh, I do have something. I brought this baby, which is covered in sand. So I need to rinse it out, but sadly I think there's still a fire ban, so I'm not going to be able to enjoy that really cool fireplace. Cleaned out. You know, the one thing that I hate about going to the beach is that sand gets everywhere. Everywhere. It'll take me a month to get it all out of my truck. Well, my battery died, so I don't know when I lost you. But basically, making some leftover steak and burger and some cream corn in my cast iron Dutch oven thingy-bob and my GSI 10-inch carbon steel skillet, which is awesome. Way lighter than my frying pan, cast iron frying pan that I used to carry around, but still just as non-stick. Does heat up a lot faster, so I'm using less propane. Cools down a lot faster, so when I want to put it away, it takes up less space, and it's only like 40 bucks. I'll put a link in the description on Amazon so you can go get one if you're looking for a good camping frying pan. It's got a folding handle, all that jazz. This little Dutch oven's pretty nice. Also an Amazon find. You know, pretty nice camp setup, I think. I mean, without spending a ton of money. The only thing that I've really kind of invested in is the chuck box and this Pinnacle Pro. We camp in the winter a lot, and I got really tired of the butane stove because it just does not like the cold weather. So this has been a huge upgrade. I can cook 2 things at once, and it works in the wintertime. But pretty much everything in the truck, you know, the Milwaukee stuff I bought new, but I got a lot of it for work. You know, the Milwaukee tire compressors are not the cheapest thing in the world, but they work really, really well. And a lot of the other stuff's just Amazon purchases. I buy it used on Facebook Marketplace, and, you know, have a really nice setup, I think. I'm really enjoying it. You know, it's not the top of the line overlanding setup. I'm not cool enough for that yet, or I just don't have enough sponsors, or any sponsors for that matter. But it's not about having all the nice gear. It's about this. Peace and quiet. Listening to the birds. Getting away from the chaos. Good food. Friends when you can get them to come. But sometimes alone time is nice too. Let's get some of this cream corn in here. I've decided I need some bigger and better utensils for cooking than this plastic stuff. So that will be on my to-do list when I get home. Not too shabby. Right there. There's one thing that I don't like anymore about these super quiet campsites is I have so much hearing damage. When it's this quiet, my ears ring, which is a shame because it's super nice when it's quiet. I feel like in this modern world, it's so easy to just never have time when it's quiet.
After cooking up a little bit more of the cream corn and the leftover juices from my steak, and sitting relaxing, enjoying the night, I got ready for bed on a beautiful night on top of a mountain on my first day on the Virginia Adventure Trail. Well, that marks the end of day 1 on the VAT. Thanks for watching day 1 of my big Virginia Adventure Trail East Coast solo adventure trip. Make sure to come back for episode 2 where I get into some rain and a little more difficult trails and more beautiful mountaintop views. We even have to camp in the rain, which was a little bit of a damper on the night, but with the canopy, it was still a lot of fun. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the rest of my epic East Coast adventure on the Virginia Adventure Trail. This is Whiskey City Overland. We'll see you next time.